All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back, and today we're doing a little more Resident Evil Survivor 2. Everyone's favorite Resident Evil game. It's true. No one disagrees. It's just everyone's favorite. Universally, objectively, everybody's favorite one. Yep. It is. Where we left off, the dungeon mode was starting to get a little confusing because we're getting to the parts where we have to like clear the entire map on the underground map, and it's a nightmare to navigate. I was making my own map in like Paint the other day because that was the only way I thought I was going to be able to navigate it. Then when I started doing that, I found the one gem that I was missing prior, and so now I'm like, do I need a full map? Is that necessary? Or am I being a little dramatic? Like, do I only need the map of the first part? That's kind of the question. Hold on. I'm trying to find what I named it. Oh god. Oh, I found it. I found it. I swear people have Stockholm Syndrome with this game. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm obviously not one of those people. Real RE is all about the shooting. I mean, there is that one story. I can't remember what studio it was. It was a studio who was working with Capcom on something in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, like someone who was licensing the franchise for a spin-off, right? And they were like, yeah, we want to make like a slow, horror-based experience. And Capcom basically just laughed at them and were like, ha ha ha, no. Resident Evil is all about the action. Can't remember which, was it ORC? I think it was ORC. That one. Ran out of time on your first attempt. It's true. I did run out of time on the first attempt. We'll see. We'll see.
Come on.
We need another game to fully explore the spider lore. God. The spider lore in this game is something else. Oh yeah, we're back to Survivor 2. It's been a bit. I gotta get my sea legs back real quick. Hold on. My combo. I can't see it. I don't need a combo anyway. Yeah, I'm familiar with Guacamelee. Okay. I at least need to use my map to get to this first gem and then out. Beyond that, I might not need it. Maybe. Although I don't remember. Was there like a defeat all enemies challenge or anything like that on the clock tower map? Because if there's something like that where I need to just clear everything, then a full map would probably be necessary, just because of how this map is laid out. All my homies hate the underground map in Resident Evil Survivor 2 Code Veronica. Although every time I say this game's name, it has to be the full name. Oh wait, no. Wait, no, I don't want to go through this door. This door has basically nothing. I want the other one. Hold on. Where do you guys all come from? My husband and I just won a cosplay competition. Where? Is there a... What's it? Is there a, like, convention right now? I'm always out of the loop on this. Ah, shit! Oh my god. This is some lesser known Chol lore. Very lesser known. This one very rarely comes up. But one of my exes was big into cosplay and like went to all the conventions and shit. She loved that shit. I never went to any of them. I planned on going to one that was in Orlando, but then there was like the booking was so packed. And I just decided not to. But I was going to go to one, just as me, not in any sort of cosplay. I'm lost. I've made this map for myself, and because I stopped following it for like a second, I don't know where I am anymore. I do want to go this way, I think. Mega GeekCon in Puerto Rico. Whoa, how did I get here? Whoa, hold on now. At least I know where I am. I want to go straight back out. This is why we made a map. How did I even... I must have been more distracted than I thought. I want this door. I'm trying to remember where all she like went. She never traveled too far for one. Like anything that she did go to was always like within a reasonable road trip distance. So like I remember she went to a couple in Atlanta. So good at design though, it's genuinely impressive. Bro, it was a shit show. She was also a she was in an art like major in college. She was in game art was her major. So she was always a little, you know, craftsy, artsy. The living room of her apartment, like every other time I would go over there, was a fucking war zone with just supplies for whatever she was working on. Like all these little random pieces of fabric everywhere. She would do the what's it? She had like a sewing machine, and she would just fucking put that on the floor in the living room and just do it there, like on the floor. Oh god, lifting weights was crazy. I still am not over that. Ow, ow, ow. I just want to know how much weight it was. Like, how impressive was it really? Ow. I wasn't looking that closely. I don't know if it's like apparent in the picture how much weight it is and I just didn't notice. I wasn't looking that closely. we know how much weight it was? Can anyone confirm how much weight he was lifting in this image? Gotta zoom right in. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure someone did zoom in to figure out how much it was. See, at this point, I don't have a map, so proceeds to build a nuclear weapon. That's kind of what it looked like whenever I went over there. It was such a mess. Because the living room was always just... And before the apartment where she had, like, a bedroom and a living room, she was in a studio. And that was even worse. She was in, like a less than 300 square feet studio apartment. Like, basically just a slightly larger hotel room. Like, slightly larger than you would imagine when I just say hotel room. Basically that was what she lived in for months. And when she was doing it in there, it was even worse. Because it was just, like, the whole apartment whenever she was working on stuff. But she was real into it. That was, like, her thing. Outside of, like, school and games and all that. Average artist living space, to be honest? Yeah, kind of. You're not wrong. I feel like I might regret trying to raw dog this without the map the rest of the way. Especially because I already got lost right at the start and needed to consult the map to get back on track. I might end up just drawing out the rest of it later anyway, but we'll see. Depends if I can navigate and find the other three without it. Because the one that I'm missing is the one back near the start that I have the map for. This is a Resident Evil game? You're goddamn right it is. This is everyone's favorite Resident Evil Survivor 2 Code Veronica. Everybody's favorite Resident Evil game. It's the best RE game ever. I love that that's not the first time we've gotten that reaction. Like, wait a minute, this is Resident Evil? Yep. Don't mind me. Running around in my dungeon crawler FPS game with my infinite linear launcher. Can't you just tell it's Resi? I mean, come on. It's so Resident Evil. Cameron, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. It's funny because I'm looking at it in the tiny preview of my stream that, like, the YouTube dashboard gives me. It's a tiny little one, like I can barely see it. But looking at it on there, it almost looks like you could mistake it for like a first-person Armored Core game. Just because you don't see my hands here, you only see the big cannon that's shooting lasers out. And just the HUD and everything looks wild on this. Okay, this is a dead end. Am I going backwards? I can't be, right? Surely not. Oh, I'm actually not. Gold coin means I have not been here. Hunters popping out of the ceilings. I've definitely not been here. Whoa. No coin out of that? Come on. The fuck you mean this is Code Veronica? What? Can't you see that it's Code Veronica? Obviously. Did you hear the rumors that FromSoft are working on a Dark Souls 3 remaster or a new Armored Core game? What does the "or" come from? I have not heard this, actually. What is this rumor? Is it basically just, yeah, there's some really small title. Some small project. Oh, internal code names. Oh. What were the code names? Because that's interesting. I remember when Night Rain leaked the first time. What was it called? What was their code name for it? It was like Spellbound or something? I don't remember. Ow. Spell something. I want to say it was Spellbound. I don't remember exactly. God damn it, there's no gem in there? It was definitely spelled something. It was one word. RE Survivor is the best one? What, just Survivor 1? I don't know. This is some pretty good shit right here. I don't know if Survivor 1 can really top this. This being lost in the underground tunnels. Shit. Ow. Don't kill me. If I die, I'm gonna be so upset. I can't come this far just to die. Like 10 minutes in, I've already got 2 of the gems. The new game is codenamed FMC and is very close to being complete. FMC. And both the Dark Souls 3 and AC6 codenames began with F, which is unique to just those 2 games internally. God, I hope it's an Armored Core expansion. Like, I really so genuinely hope that it's an AC6 expansion. False probably doesn't, because if it is an AC6 expansion, I'm going to be absolutely insufferable about it. But God, I hope that's an AC6 expansion. The dialogue in Survivor 1 is the best in the franchise. You know, I can't argue with that. That definitely has to be true. Floodmorn PC? Floodmorn? Not you on copium? I would say it's definitely more likely to be a Dark Souls 3 remaster, but God, I hope that that is something related to AC6. It would have to be an expansion, surely. Would you consider Dead Aim a Survivor game? Yes, because, which version of it? Ow. Or no, I can't remember if... I don't remember if it was that the game is literally called Survivor in one region, or if it's just that it started out development under the name Survivor and then changed. I want to say it's the latter, actually. I don't think it ever released with the Survivor name on it, but it did, what's it? I know for sure that it started under the Survivor name. Oh yes, it is called Gun Survivor 4 in Japan. There you go. I was gonna say, I know at the very least they were calling it Survivor for a bit. But yes, okay, I was right. Initially, I was overthinking it. It is just called Gun Survivor 4 in Japan. up. Where are we? I don't know. I'm not big on any of the Survivor games so far. Dead Aim is an experience. You know who really likes Dead Aim is False. She's never played it. But when I was working on it, when I was working on the video, that is, I was messaging her about it and being like, you have no idea. This game is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't even know what I'm playing right now, to be honest with you. And she went to YouTube and looked up like a Let's Play of it from some guy. It was some smaller channel, and it was literally just a guy sitting there playing through the whole thing. And she loved every bit of it because of like how goofy the characters are in the English version, and then the subtitles just being completely different. Like, the script that they gave the voice actors is just not at all the script that they used for the subtitles. Something happened there where they're completely mismatched. It is just so... That game is something. Morpheus becoming a woman when he infects himself with the T+G virus. The fact that the virus is called the T+G virus. Like, they really just said, well, we could just put the T and the G virus together and call it the T+G. That could be a new virus. And someone was like, goddamn genius. That's what we're doing. That's gotta be it. That's our new virus. Yes, there are 24 other letters that we haven't used yet in the alphabet, but we could just do T+G. It works. It's beautiful. Oh no, this is the... Okay, hold on. I am lost. Wait. Have you seen the new retro shooter light gun that came out recently? It looks awesome and has really nice slide recoil. It's $275 though, which kind of sucks. You're telling me that they made like a retro light gun that I could play like the Survivor games with if I got copies that aren't American for Survivor 1 and Dead Aim. That has slide recoil? Are the viruses we deal with to this day just what escaped when Umbrella was operational, or are they still making shit? Hold on, I gotta think where... It goes kind of wacky with RE4 and on when it comes to the viruses / the parasites. Because like 4 and 5 are the same parasite. They're named different things because the 1 in 5 is a modified like successor to the Plagas from 4, but they are still the Plagas parasite. And that one they just found in a bunch of rocks underneath Spain. It was like crystallized in rock. They just found it. And then 6 has its whole like Neo Umbrella thing going on with the C virus, where it's not actually Umbrella, but it's like a terrorist organization that's trying to revive Umbrella and make bioweapons and sell them and all that. Holy shit, where am I? Where are we going? And then in 7... Ah, shit. What was it with 7? It's been too long. I actually don't remember what the deal is in 7 or 8 with the virus. Like, who was it that made the mold in 7? Because I can't I can't think of it. I was trying to push buttons to see if there is a way to zoom the linear launcher here. Oh. I straight up Googled it. The mold from 7 is naturally occurring, apparently. They just found it in a mountain range. Did they not name? Hold on. I found a Reddit thread of people talking about it. And like multiple people in here are like, yeah, a third party was experimenting with the mold, or the group Mia was with was working with the mold, but like who? Did they just never name that organization at all? It seems like they might not have. Hold on, I want to go see the light gun in Discord since I'm already paused. Okay. Let's see it. At least it's a 2-gun kit. Those two look good. And the slide does come back? That's crazy. Does it really? It looks like it does. It says that it does. They don't have like any videos or anything showing it, or even any pictures on the page of like the slide being back. But it looks like the slides do like come back when you shoot, which is sweet. That's cool. How's the map going? You know, I said at the start of this, I was like, well, the one that we were missing, the gem that we were missing, was the very first one that I already got mapped out, like the route from the start to that gem. And the other 3 I managed to find perfectly fine on my own. So I said, you know what? I probably only need this much of the map. If I need more later, then I'll get to it later. And now I'm totally lost again. Now I'm just completely lost. Yeah, this is a dead end. The Connections. Isn't the Connections like Mother Miranda's cult? Correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot about the Connections. Like just the name of it. Cause yeah, I remember not knowing much about it like from 7. And then they explained it in Village a lot. Village is so wacky, and I only played it like when it came out. I liked Village. Because every time I say that, someone is like, yeah, Village was terrible. But like, I did really enjoy Village. Just, I haven't replayed it since it first came out. So my memory is really fuzzy, and for a game that is that wacky, when it comes to lore and all that, It feels like a fever dream almost. Where I'm like, oh yeah, there's the mold stuff going on in that game. And then there's werewolves and vampires and living dolls and a giant fish man even. And there's a guy who's basically Magneto. And when I try to remember what the connecting thread with all of that was, I feel like a crazy person. I genuinely feel like a crazy person trying to remember how all of that was actually linked. Because it's been years. And even then, oh, save room. Hold on. Even then, you know, I do the one playthrough where I'm like actually going slow and reading everything. Okay, there's one. And then because the game is basically RE4, every playthrough after that one was me just like blasting through the game with unlockables and everything and just having a good time. You know, my infinite ammo assault rifles and all that. I don't know if I've ever seen someone say Village was bad. Allow me to introduce you to the Resident Evil fandom. Not that I think most people do like Village, but I get comments all the time talking about how they hate Village. And even recently, and this was a weird thing that I totally did not see coming, but with the RE6 video, specifically when I got that up, I saw a lot of people getting pissed about me making a quick comment in that video saying that, that the series thankfully course corrected after RE6 and is like back on track to, you know, relatively be what it was before. And that comment from me brought in like an influx of comments from people who hate RE7, which was news to me. I didn't realize that there was such a large group of players who really strongly dislike 7. But I feel like there's just a group of players who hates every single Resident Evil game. I feel like that's kind of been my takeaway from doing the whole series and getting so many opinions on it. Like, genuinely, every game in this series has people who fucking hate it. It doesn't matter which one it is. And I think part of that is that Resi has done so many different styles over the years. Like, even without spin-offs, just in the mainline games alone, they've taken on so many different like styles of game that now you have people who like really love one of those styles and don't want any games that aren't that style. And there's a group of people like that for every style that they've toyed around with and experimented with. So discussion gets kind of crazy. Like 3 or 4? Yeah, because there's like the classic one that they did from the original through like 0. And then 4 and 5 are very much their own thing. 6 is very different from those. A lot of people lump 4, 5, and 6 together. But 6 is so different as a game from 4 and 5. And then 7 like went back to the original style mostly, but is in first person, so it feels really different. And then Village went back to like the RE4 and 5 style, but is also in first person, so it feels a little different. And Village tried to inject a little more like traditional progression and horror stuff back into the RE4 and 5 style as well. And then with like RE2 and 3 Remake, we got over-the-shoulder survival horror titles, like the classic titles, but they're over the shoulder now, which also feels really different. So now there are so many like different takes on the series, which has led to so many different opinions of which one of those takes is what the series should be going forward. And I'm kind of chill. I'm like, I mean, I have no issue bouncing around between styles. Like, genuinely, when like RE2 Remake came out, into Village, into what came after? Oh, 4 Remake, and now we're going to like RE9, which from what we've seen so far seems like it's gonna feel a lot like 7 again. I have no issue with that, like, at all. I kind of like that all these Resi games as they come out feel different now. They all feel like their own thing. Do you think RE4 Remake is soulless? No, my name is not Crobcat. No. I thought RE4 Remake was great. There are things about it that are better and worse than the original. But that's the thing, like, I feel like they're roughly equivalent in terms of how much I enjoy them. Just, there are things I like in the original more, and there are things I like in the remake more, which is kind of what happens with all of them, except for maybe one. Yeah, except for one. RE1 is like the one game in the series that I legitimately just feel like the RE1 remake is better, and that's it. I much prefer it being certain. Yeah, I think they made it uncertain just to make combat feel more varied compared to like 4 and 5, because that is the issue with 4 and 5 after you've played it for a long time, is you get so in the rhythm of just like shooting a body part and then doing the melee attack that follows from it and just rinsing and repeating that, you know, after so long you kind of get tired of it and move on. I think they were just trying to force you into playing more carefully and introducing a little more like moment-to-moment variety with that. What RE game would you want to see get a remake, and what would you change about it? Code Veronica is my #1 pick for, like, if I could choose a remake right now, which one would I choose? It would be CV. I don't really know how much I would change about it, though, to be honest, because I like CV way more than most people, to be totally clear. I like CV a lot more than most people. Steve obviously needs work. Obviously, the original CV has a lot of areas that you can soft lock yourself into if you don't know what you're doing. So not having soft locks would be a given. Like, that is something they would need to touch up with the remake. But other than that, like, I don't know how much I would really change about CV. Like, structurally or anything. I feel like with a proper remake, the newer Wesker scenes could maybe be handled better. Like the CVX additional Wesker scenes outside of just the one that was in the original release. Those scenes could probably be integrated into Code Veronica in a way that feels a lot more natural than what they did with CVX. Yeah, I don't know. I am so lost. Holy shit. Every time I think, I'm like, oh yeah, it's gotta be this way. Dead end. Yeah, story-wise, I like the idea behind some of the new Wesker scenes. The one early on, like outside of the palace with Claire, where he literally just shows up and is like, I hate Chris Redfield, and then disappears again. That scene has no reason to be there. Genuinely, that scene is so stupid. I don't know why it's even there. That one could probably get tossed. But a lot of the other additional Wesker scenes, like the one at the end where he and Chris like fight, That one with a little more work done to it could actually be great. I would love for that scene to still be in a remake. But I wish that Chris had a little bit of a harder time winning that fight, because it feels kind of silly in CVX, where Chris gets his ass whooped the first time they run into each other, but then the second time they go like blow for blow, and he doesn't necessarily win, but they leave it at like a stalemate basically and go their separate ways. And that feels a bit like, I feel like Chris fighting Wesker at that point in the story, just, there's no way he's winning that fight. He has to get his ass beat, right? There's no way. Hold on, have I been in here? I feel like I have been, but at this point I genuinely am so lost, I don't know. God. Oh no. That's the boss door. Okay. He did get his ass beat. It was luck he didn't die. Yeah. I don't know. A lot of the Wesker stuff that they added is just always a little weird, to me at least. Wait, that's the fourth one. I just missed a barrel literally in the hallway next to the boss door. We're out. We're leaving. We're leaving. Fucking run to the door. I am so out of here. And then there's gonna be more underground levels after this, but... Fuck you, Alexia. I brought my linear launcher. Yeah, nice dog ads. They didn't even have time to spawn. You said your second favorite Yakuza game is 5. I thought it would be Ishin. No, I didn't like Ishin as much as 5. The Ishin definitely feels a lot messier than 5, design-wise. Because to be fair, I also just feel like a crazy person when it comes to Yakuza 5, because a lot of people do talk about the game feeling like a mess, like a big bloated mess. And bloated, I could agree, like that game is fucking massive, so I can get that. But like nothing in Yakuza 5 in like my 80-ish hour playthrough of it ever felt like it was sloppy and like rushed together. It all felt like super high quality, well-designed content, like the whole way through. So I thought 5 was actually like genuinely incredible in that sense. Dislikes Ishin? No, Ishin is still way up there. Ishin just has a lot of stuff that feels like it wasn't thought through quite as well compared to like a Yakuza 5 or a Kurohyo or a Kenzan. Ishin feels a lot messier, for sure. It's great. The story was fucking amazing. There were no issues with the story. The story was like insane. Just the main story was phenomenal. But that game was weird when it came to side content. And especially the skill system was a little... I wanted that to be the best skill system when I first saw it, but then just the more that I played it, the more I'm like, oh my god. They've got me jumping through all of these hoops to even like get to go and train with like a training master, like to go and get sword training. I have to go and like craft this mega rare sword to bring back to the guy before he'll even train me. And then once I do that, I have to go through like a few training exercises to get like 2 abilities. And then after that, it doesn't even give me the ability that I just learned and proved that I mastered in the training and the boss fight with the training master. It just opens up a node on my skill tree that I then have to grind all the way to anyway and still spend the skill point. And that, depending on, you know, how far up the tree it is, which sometimes it was like way at the end, could take hours of additional grinding after I've done all the training and proven that I've mastered it. Ishin has some weird shit. It was really good, but it has some weird shit that really just doesn't land for me. Oh boy. But also, I haven't played, what's it? I haven't played Ishin Kiwami yet. So I don't know if any of the grind stuff gets better there. I've heard people say that Ishin Kiwami is still really grindy. But, what's it? There's no way they made it worse, right? Because the original was, that was like my big issue with it overall, was I was like, everything in this game feels like it is intentionally drawn out and just trying to take more time from me before I actually unlock what I worked for. That was what, like, half of the side content in Ishin ended up feeling like. And everyone says that Ishin Kiwami is very grindy, but I'm hoping it's at least toned down compared to the original. Because holy hell. And that's not to mention, like, some of the revelations. Oh my god, the revelation system in Ishin is some hot dog shit. Holy shit. It's all coming back to me because it's been like a couple months since I played it now. But holy shit, that revelation system was so bad. Like, egregiously bad. That was some... I don't know who approved that. Kiwami just locks the training itself behind the skill tree. That could at least be a little bit better, I feel like. Because at that point, I'm already there. Because you're saying, like, I can't even do the training until I'm up to that node, and then I have to go do it. At that point, just put it on the skill tree, I feel like. But that's at least better than, like, what Ishin does, where you go through all this work to do the training, and then it shows up on the skill tree, and it's like, oh yeah, you have to level up, like, 15 times before you can even use that. Like, you have to just go and grind for hours before you can even use the thing you just totally learned and mastered in training. It was just such a weird system. I don't know what happened. And I have a whole rant in there about the revelation system too, because what the fuck? I seriously hope to God that that revelation system never comes back, because Jesus Christ, the Ishin revelation system. I'm trying to... What did you think of the bathhouse fight with Ryuji? I thought that was pretty good. Obviously the ass grab, but genuinely, the ass grab wasn't even what stood out to me. I'm not that Yakuza brain rotted yet. What stood out to me with the bathhouse fight with him was, what's it? When the fight starts, and I also, again, like, I don't know what is properly translated to Kiwami and not with Ishin, because there's just so little info comparing them out there. But at least, like, original PS4 Ishin, what I played, right when the fight starts and it, like, zooms out to show both of them facing off, the bathhouse wall had a mural of a dragon on it, which is obviously like a cheeky little nod for fans of, like, yeah, the two dragons from, like, Yakuza 2 are having a rematch here, right? It's in, like, another life, but the two dragons are having a rematch. And then on top of that, they had like an Ishin remix of Yakuza 2's opening theme playing in the background during the fight. which I'm sure a lot of newer fans miss as well. The theme specifically, and again, I don't even know if it's in Kiwami, but I know that Yakuza 2's opening theme that plays in that fight on PS4 Ishin is not in Kiwami 2. I know that they replaced the opening theme for Kiwami 2, so that song just isn't in the game. So if you didn't play the PS2 Yakuza 2 and you only played Kiwami 2, you just wouldn't know the song. But they did do a lot of like, and that there was stuff like that all throughout Ishin. Like genuinely just those little subtle like haha quick nod to the mainline games that came before it. There was so much of that throughout the game, but those were like the two things that I was sitting there like smiling about during the fight. And then the ass grab was funny, but like I was more focused on the other things. Why did they change it? I don't know. It's not a copyright issue because Yakuza 2's opening theme was just made by Sega's sound team. So I don't know why they changed it, but they did the same with Kiwami 1 as well, where even though they had like an original opening theme for Yakuza 1, they just changed it for the remake. More of a spanking grab. It was more of a spank. Yes, it was. It was a little more aggressive than just a grab. I'll give you that. It was more of a spank, actually. The smack sound was so crisp. It was good. I remember actually when I was playing through it, showing False the Bathhouse fight because I wanted to show her the ass grab. I thought she would find it funny. But then I started nerding out to her and explaining the like the little references, like the dragon on the mural and the music track and everything. And she just like once I was done and it was all out of my system, she was just like, "You are such a fucking nerd. Holy shit." She was just like, you are next level. How do you even... She even was like, how do you even notice all of these things at once? Like, they're happening on top of each other. Like, how do you catch all of them? And then sit here and explain every single one to me? What is wrong with you? Such a nerd. That's part of the appeal, though. Oh. Get in the locker. I hope you guys didn't hear my neck. That one was gross. It's called being a professional. It's called having ADHD. My brain is in like 4 places at once. Okay, maybe not 4. 3. There we go. But yeah, False has had to suffer through the, well, I guess it's a new thing because the last time I was, the last time I was dating, I was not doing the whole video essay thing, but she just had to suffer through the new worst part of dating me, and that is that when I'm grinding out games for videos, when I'm doing those periods of time where I'm playing like 6+ hours a day of whatever game I'm trying to bang out for a video, at the end of the day, when we have our call, I just sit there and I'm like, hey, look at this, and I pull up my footage and just explain everything. I'm like, look at all the cool stuff I did today. Look. I'm a pain in the ass. She basically hears half of the video before I even am done playing the game. because I sit there and I'm like, look at this cool thing or this terrible thing or whatever, and tell her what I thought about it. What do you think if Aizawa was the villain for 5? I feel like it was out of nowhere. Well, it is entirely out of nowhere, but at the same time, Aizawa isn't the villain of 5. I can't remember his dad's name, but his dad is the villain of 5. The whole point of Aizawa being the villain of that game was to drive home the theme to mirror Haruka in the ending of how living out someone else's dream is not sustainable and you have to live your own, because he was also living his father's dream. He wanted nothing to do with that until the very end of the game, and then when he did suddenly decide to pursue it, he got his ass handed to him. So it is very like out of nowhere. The reveal is just completely out of left field, but I get what they were trying to do. It just, they had no proper build up to it, if that makes sense. Like it feels jarring because of how it's presented, but not necessarily because of what it is, if that makes sense. Like it's a very intentional choice for him to be the final boss for Kiryu, especially because then Kiryu sees in him how unsustainable it is for someone to live someone else's dream, and to realize that that's what is happening to Haruka in that moment. It's all very intentional, but it just gets thrown at you literally at the last minute with no build up. And it's like, what? Why is he the final boss? The fuck is this about? It's so weird to me that the explosive zombies don't actually hurt you in this game. I really don't get what the point of even having the explosive pack is.
Biohazard contamination detected. Level S. Instruction A executed. All personnel evacuate.
No story guy, so I was disappointed, but maybe I should replay it. Yakuza 5 absolutely shines when doing like a lot of the side stuff along with the main story as well. Like getting really invested into every character as you go, and then having them come together in the finale, I feel like is what makes the finale feel as good as it does in that game. Same with 4, but 5 is like double the game that 4 is, if not more, in terms of length and all that. So even more so with 5, if that makes sense. Hold on. Sayuma's hunting minigame was super fun for me. See, and that was my least favorite of the side stories. That was definitely, like, I liked all of them, and I liked that one. But I spent the least time with the hunting one, because it got old kind of quickly for me. Compared to, like, Kiryu racing a taxi down the freeway, or what's it, Haruka's I'm trying to think and play at the same time and it's not working all of a sudden. Haruka's idol stuff, Shinada's batting minigame is so good. I was trying to remember what the other one was. The batting minigame is so good. Ben, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I really liked that they RPGified the batting so much. Where it's like, yeah, if you just actually do it and you like go by the pawn shop to buy yourself the equipment and everything, like you really do get better at batting as it goes on. Like a bitch. Streamlabs is in second place. I actually, just this morning, I was working on other stuff when it came to me, but I thought of how to implement my own alert system, just running natively through my custom bot instead of needing to use Streamlabs for it. I thought of how I could plug that into my bot. And then if I did do that, I wouldn't need to run Streamlabs anymore and he wouldn't take up a spot on the leaderboard because everyone always gets pissed when Streamlabs is high up on the leaderboard. I mean, just compete better, in my opinion, but, you know. There should be smaller increments than 25 XP. Yeah, I don't understand how the system works at all. I really don't. It's so odd. And especially, like, the one thing that is really funny that we've learned about this system is that super chatting, like, all but guarantees a win. Like, if you super chat, no one who only chats normally has a chance to catch up to you. The system will just put you right up to the top and you'll be so far ahead that it's GG for everyone else who's not whipping out the wallet. Which is about what I thought the system would end up being like, but it is crazy. Oh god. Ooh, hi Nemi. Pay to win is my favorite mechanic. Yeah, I think like smaller increments of XP that are obtainable more often, and then what's it? Less pay to win heavy. Like, obviously they want to give a bonus to people who spend money directly rather than just end up contributing a little bit through like ad revenue or whatever. I get it. YouTube's gonna monetize everything they implement now, but you could at least give the people who are just chatting a lot a little more XP. Oh my god, I'm gonna run right into Nemi. Like, the difference doesn't have to be so drastic to the point where, like, if someone supers, they are just going to win. You know what I mean? He's the real Resident Evil survivor. I am. They named the game after me. I don't know how he didn't end up hitting me. It's just a crown, it's not that deep. Yeah, but like if you're gonna have it, that's the thing that I do. This is something that comes up more like when I'm talking to creator friends. And they'll be like, oh yeah, I can just do this for whatever project and like it's fine, it works. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't want it to just work, right? Like if you're gonna do it, just do it right. Don't stop halfway. I don't know. There we go. Handgun. The crown is nothing, but also it's everything. Exactly. Might seem like nothing to you. Oh, shit. crown is just a figment of your imagination. No, the crown is real to me. I swear it's real. Why am I on my email right now? Now is not the time. What am I? That was just like autopilot brain kicked in and my email got opened during that cutscene. Fuck the spider. Oh, no, I can't say that on a Resident Evil Survivor stream anymore. Fuck up that spider. Game's so engaging, he's checking his email. Look. There's real exciting stuff in there. I'm telling you. Like all the scam sponsor offers that aren't actually real sponsors. They're just trying to fish my info. Get my YouTube login so they can live stream a crypto scam. Joke's on them. I have basic internet literacy. This game made me hate spiders even more. That note was so cursed. I still can't believe that that was actually like a thing in the game. Ooh, that was a good crit. Game you want to just launched, I'm happy. I'm a simple creature. I would be like that, but I hate spending money. So I have this giant Steam wish list that I never actually buy anything off of until they're on like a super deep sale. And I mean like deep sale. What was it that I just picked up? Oh, Black Mesa. I was like, what was it that I just got on the summer sale for $2? And it was Black Mesa. I was like, $2? I'll take it. It's about time. I'll take it. I got Crash Bandicoot Trilogy for $10. That is, they do a sale on that and the Spyro Trilogy so often. It's kind of wild. I need to get back to doing achievements on the Crash 1 Steam release. $2? You should have waited till it was 1. No. $2 is good. It was crazy though. It was like legit 95% off. And like, why? Black Mesa is still so new. It's crazy to me that they are putting it on sale for so cheap to where they're basically just giving it away. Like they might as well just be giving it to you at $2, right? Because that's the thing. When a game does hit like $2 and it's a game that I want to play, it's so close to me not paying money at all that I'm like, okay, yeah, $2, I'll take it. In this economy, $2 doesn't even buy me like a single drink. Not even like alcohol. When I say that, it sounds like alcohol, but like that doesn't even buy me a Diet Coke at McDonald's anymore. But Black Mesa for $2? Came out 5 years ago. When did Zen come out? Because it was in early access until Zen came out.
All personnel evacuate immediately.
Zen was the full release of the game. Gimme. There. You guys should have seen False's stream chat when she got to Zen, by the way, because she finished Half-Life 1 for the first time this week on stream. And as soon as she got to Zen, her whole chat just became a debate about which game did Zen better between the original and Black Mesa. And she was just vibing playing the game. Her whole chat was going back and forth on Zen and Black Mesa. It was kind of wild. Black Mesa Zen was way better. See, but like, that's the thing, is some people do genuinely prefer the original Zen. And I think the reason is valid, too. Because I haven't actually sat down with the game yet, but I'm a big Half-Life fan. So I'm fairly up to speed with Black Mesa Zen. Like, I've seen it, sort of thing. Black Mesa Zen is a lot more, like, railroaded. Like, you kind of get led along the direct path. Like with Gonarch's Lair, right? In that fight, a lot of it ends up, like, being set pieces where you run down a straight hallway with the Gonarch behind you. And so a lot of people genuinely prefer the original Zen because it doesn't feel like you're being forced into doing, like, linear set pieces the whole way through. But also, the original Zen is just not that good. Like, it is notoriously the point where Half-Life just kind of drops off. Zen came out in 2020? There's no way. There's no way it was 2020. You're lying to me. Bruh, I don't believe you. It can't be. It can't have been that long ago. Can we ban streamer? I don't believe it. Supposed to come out 2017. Yeah, I remember. Got hella delayed. Hold on. There's no way. No, there. Are you serious? It did. It did come out in 2020. Oh my god, it did. How does that feel like it just happened? Like, literally just happened. Steve calling Claire sis, always. It's just great. That's not how gate control works. It is here, damn it. And Steve flies planes now as well. That's a thing that Steve does. Oh wait, he did that in CV, never mind. Different plane, but Steve does fly planes. I forget. Why does Steve fly planes? It makes no sense. Why did he ever fly that plane in the first place, now that I'm thinking about it? Does he ever explain that, or does he really just say, I got it. Can't be that hard. I don't remember what the explanation for Steve flying that plane was. He read the manual. Yeah, he just kind of went, this seems easy enough. He Googled it. He WikiHow'd it. Oh god. What am I looking at? In Discord, what is, oh. What is this Bruce Wayne design? The old Bruce Wayne design. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Oh, God. What's my rank? I'll take it. He's gotten old. He doesn't even look like him. That doesn't even look like Bruce Wayne. New Arkham game. One that got canceled years ago. Like prior to Suicide Squad's development. Alright, well, I didn't get anything from that.
Resident Evil.
So I guess back to the dungeons. Yeah, defeat the monsters is gonna be something.
Come on.
We Chris Redfield this bitch. Croc's design looks hella cool though. How is Croc still just like kicking? You know? Just me? Can't just be me. Like by that point, surely supervillains age too, right? Right? Surely. You can never escape the dungeons. I hope the third level is better than the underground one, because this level fucking sucks. Always gets him in jail. Yeah, but how is he not, like, old? And you know, potentially dead just from his age. He's older than Bruce. He's a reptile, things work differently. I don't know if I buy the reptile explanation. They can grow a tail, but you're telling me they don't age? Spider-Man would be like 65 or something now. Well, Spider-Man... The Spider-Man in the comics now is not the same Spider-Man. We have so many Spider-Men, which was also a very fun thing that I explained to False not too long ago. Trying to explain the Spider-Verse and all the different Spider-Men. Croc just has a weird skin condition. Is that actually the lore? I got really weird skin, Batman. God damn it. Trying to keep a combo, trying to practice it. But Chris Redfield is way too hard to keep a combo with. I have sensitive skin, Batman. She's not well versed in Spider-Man. No, she's not well versed in the Spider-Man. She's not into, what's it, like comic book stuff at all. Unless it's anime men kissing. in which case she's all in, but generally speaking, not a big comic book person. I wish I could escape the dungeons. The clock tower was great. That map made sense. I had no issue like navigating it or anything. The rooms all looked very different. Now this feels like an endless gauntlet. What if Thor and Captain America had a wild weekend in Wakanda together? She'd probably be down for that. She'd probably be into that. She's gonna deny it. Don't listen to her. Just two blonde-haired, blue-eyed, muscly men having a wild weekend getaway. She'll tell you she wouldn't be, but she absolutely would be. Slipped by. Oh god. A Wakanda, if you will. That's terrible. That's. Did you like the stream? That one might be ban worthy. Where are the mods? Ow. Bullshit. There we go. I did? Okay, he's safe for now. No more spiders? No more spiders this time. I'm surprised I didn't. Ow. Get a quick response or even just angry message after the Yowie comment. I'm actually genuinely surprised. That was bait. That was entirely just bait. And I got no response. She doesn't fall for my shit anymore. Did I come from the other door or this door? Sunday special gear stream. What day is it today? Saturday? So many people genuinely just want the gear stream. It's kind of wild. At the very least, I feel like Gears Reloaded actually does stand a chance, because there are a lot of people like being very doomer about Gears Reloaded, who like genuinely believe that the game is going to fail and that it will like kill the Gears series going forward when this fails. And I've never necessarily been a believer, but at a certain point when so many people are saying it, you start to be like, is it going to fail and kill the series going forward? But then I stream and everyone seems fairly excited about Gears right about now, just because there's that remaster coming out. And it's been so long since there was anything Gears. So a lot of people, like including me right now, are just going back and playing the original trilogy and being like, yeah, Gears was always great. Why did we ever stop talking about Gears of War? Oh shit, which door did I come through? The third time they released Gears 1 on PC? How about they release the ones they never put on PC? I feel that. I genuinely, just in general, I don't know why well, the reason that we're getting a remaster of Gears 1 is twofold. It's A, now that Xbox is releasing games on PlayStation 5, they want to get a new, like, easy Gears title on there to establish the brand before E-Day. And B, it's to fix the disaster of both of the existing PC ports for Gears of War 1 on PC. The original port is terrible. Like, Ultimate Edition gets a lot of shit for its PC port, deservedly so. But, the original Windows port of Gears 1 does not get enough shit. That was also terrible. So, like, they're genuinely doing this to, like, try to have a good version of Gears 1 on PC, while also getting something quick and easy over on the PlayStation side. And then, obviously, re-releasing on Xbox and PC again still helps a bit for driving up the hype for E-Day, which is slotted for next year. We'll see. Well, I hope it is still next year. That would be great. I think PlayStation will love it and keep the servers alive for a while. Here's the thing that I do worry about that people have brought up with Gears 1. And I think this is very valid, right? One thing that Gears is really known for is its PvE keeps a lot of the casual audience coming back for years and years, because Gears of War multiplayer, that's some proper gamer shit right there. Like, it's super sweaty. It has a major skill gap between, like, if you've never played Gears multiplayer and you're playing against someone who's played it for years, even more so than most shooters, you're gonna get shit on. You're gonna get fucked by that player who's just been doing it for years, right? So, something I do worry about on the PlayStation side, like introducing it to that audience, is a lot of players are going to bounce off of the multiplayer for Gears because it's going to be cross-play with Xbox and PC, where you have a lot of, like, veterans of the series. And a lot of players, because again, you keep in mind that, like, when it comes to game stuff, 90+% of sales are generated by casual players. And, like, you know, concurrent player figures are also, like, well, at least when a game first comes out, like 90+% casual. There will definitely be a lot of new Gears players who bounce off of the multiplayer because they're going to get fucked on. Like, day one, there's going to be people who have been playing Gears for 20 years. And who have been playing it, like, at least on a weekly basis for 20 years. And that's gonna push people away for sure. Have no lifers. Yeah, but, like, Gears' skill gap is more extreme when it comes to multiplayer. Skill gap is really, really major in Gears compared to most. Like, think more like when people try to play Halo nowadays for the first time on Master Chief Collection, Halo's having a huge problem with this right now. Because, like, Infinite is just not very well regarded, so a lot of people are going to MCC. And then MCC has all the people playing Halo 3 who have been playing it for 20 years. And so people bounce off MCC because they go play it, and, like, yeah, everyone on Halo 3 is very experienced with Halo 3 right now, and And certainly a lot of new players are totally down for like learning a new game and taking some losses in the process, but a lot of casual players won't do that. The meme of Gears 1 campaign that it takes 100 bullets to kill one grunt, that's gonna have a comeback. I don't think Gears 1 solo is a good idea. Yeah, sorry, point being, beyond just people bouncing off of the multiplayer, Gears 1 only has its campaign to keep people coming back for PvE content because it doesn't have a horde mode. Horde mode started in Gears 2, became like the staple, like PvE content that players can just come back to and have fun with and just play over and over and over. Gears 1 didn't have that, and Gears Reloaded is not going to be changing that. And I think that that was maybe a misplay for sure. Like, how great would it have been if they just put in a horde mode for... We're back on YouTube, not on Twitch yet. Hello? Oh, Twitch is back now too. Okay. After my comment, YouTube cut you good. Maybe they just like Gears. Okay. Okay. I was saying horde mode would be so big for keeping casuals coming back to the game for a long time and retaining a lot of those new players, because it's so easy to just pick up and play, like even more so than a normal horde mode, right? Because you think of like the biggest horde modes out there, you think of like COD Zombies, right? COD Zombies is like a set experience that is difficult when you first play it, right? False is in chat right now thinking like, it's difficult? What is he talking about? Because False learned how to play it while playing alongside me and Owen. You know, me who used to run records on it for years, and Owen who was not that crazy at it, but like Owen's also been playing Zombies for, that is... I'm back. How far into my explanation was I? What was the last thing you heard, chat? Talking about COD Zombies. Okay, so it was a while back. I'm just gonna watch it while I talk about this then. Because if it's gonna go full fucky on me, then I'm gonna be pissed. But I was saying, point being, False is like, I don't know what you're talking about with it being hard. But COD Zombies is pretty difficult to get into for the first time, especially if you're just not very good at Call of Duty at like a base level. It's tricky. It has one set difficulty. It's made to be challenging. Like, the mode is literally built around you're going to die. Gears Horde isn't like that. Gears Horde, you boot it up, you set it to like casual difficulty so you can just play easily. You choose your favorite multiplayer map, just whichever one you want. It might have like a fun camping spot that you enjoy or something. You know, whatever it might be. And you can play. Like, it doesn't matter your skill level at the game. You can just play it. And Gears Horde is also made to actually be like winnable. You can certainly just play it until you die and then restart, and that's a way that you can play it. But Horde also just lets you, like, if you die on a wave, it just has a button right there to start from the beginning of that wave again. Right? It's super easy to just pick up and play regardless of how good you are at it, and like, you get to choose how you enjoy it. There's so much freedom within like just game settings and everything, right? Where was I? Even your internet doesn't want to play this game? Yeah, we might be experiencing one of these again. Bro, we just had one of these, dude. What are we talking about? What are we doing here? We just had one of these. Like, literally, not. My internet service provider is thinking they're real cute, real funny right about now. They just did this to me less than 2 weeks ago, and they're doing it again. They think they're funny guys. If it keeps going, I'm gonna have to, I'm just gonna have to call it again, because this typically goes on for a while whenever this happens. So unless it sorts itself out in a few minutes, I just know better at this point than to keep trying. I need a new provider. Point being, Gears of War Horde mode is actually a pretty significant, like, casual backbone for the series, and I feel like if they want to introduce it to a new audience, Horde should be there. The point of that whole rant was just me trying to emphasize all the reasons that is my opinion. It's actually, I mean, it's hanging out now. We'll see, because it tends to be all over the place when it does this. It's time to change the ISP. And the thing is, because it's a local ISP and not like a big nationwide network, I'd have to pay to install like a new tower if I wanted to swap provider. To install a tower? Yeah, welcome to America. Everything is so spread out. Like I did? Yeah, False did it in her neighborhood where she lives. They literally had no internet in this neighborhood until a few years ago because she just finally was her neighborhood where she lives. They literally had no internet in this neighborhood until a few years ago because she just finally was Twitch and not YouTube. Oh, wait. And I'm back. Control internet running on a microwave. Yeah, I don't know how long I have. I think I'm just gonna have to call it. If it disconnects one more time, it's just over. So, in case that happens, thank you for coming to the stream. Have a good rest of your day. Don't go. I can't. It's just, it's a waste of time to sit here and pray that it's gonna fix when I know damn well it's not going to. I'm waiting. It's inevitable. I'm in the middle of a conversation. The chat will still be here. Discord exists. Okay, now it's hanging out. What's happening? My internet is going in and out again. My provider is being real cute and funny. One has to go PvP or PvE in Gears or just in general? Because PvP. Either way, actually. If Gears was a multiplayer only game, like no campaign or horde, it wouldn't have caught on the way it did, I don't think. In general, still PvE. Okay, now it's hanging out. Do I risk it and keep going? If it, I will stand by. If it disconnects one more time, like, thank you guys for showing up, I'm out. But maybe there's a chance. Because you right, what did he say? I'm here now, so it will work again. It's chilling all of a sudden. My god, why am I stuck? Holy shit. I feel like it's gonna go out any minute. Ow. Looking over at it every second. Bro, it's gonna go. We've been here before. We've gone through this before. It's only a matter of time. Praying we can at least finish this mission before it dies. I'll just save state it if not. And it'll be fine because we are like near the end of it. Okay, maybe it is gonna hang out. At least for a few, maybe. How the hell did I loop back here? Shame we haven't invented save states IRL yet. Was I gone for that long? Save states if it's something like this. Never to cheese the game. Especially if it's Yakuza batting cages or golf. No, we might be fine. It's been like 2 straight minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Kronk? Hello, Kronk? Where's Kronk? Stream dies. I am number 1. It's crazy. Literally throws $2 down. Just be like, here, give me my crown. He might be disconnected because of my internet going in and out. It does run over a WebSocket. So he might have been broken by it. Well, at the very least, I could put a little extra time into working on the chat bot if stream does die out entirely. It would give me like an hour to code some stuff in that I've been thinking about. So it wouldn't be the worst. I would rather just stream, but it wouldn't be the worst thing. I could make use of time like that. You should have seen the slideshow that was Rebirth last night, but False got it going by the end. Yeah, I helped her out with optimizing it last night. We spent like a little over an hour doing it. It should run better, if nothing else, when she streams it tonight. I don't know if I can say it will run great because it's still like it's still Final Fantasy Rebirth on PC, but it should run better. We got it to run smoother. But like the stuttering is going to be a thing. And frame drops in some areas because it's literally the port is memory leaking VRAM specifically. That's going to be a thing. I can't fix that. But it should be better. And hopefully she can actually run her model alongside the game now. Okay, I've started going backwards. How did I get back here? We've been going for like 5 minutes again. We might be safe. I don't want to call it and then it immediately goes out, but maybe. We could be. No, which of these doors am I supposed to go through? Watching it. I have a feeling it's gonna die. Where's a man supposed to go at a time like this? It's definitely something off of this hallway. I know that much. But I just don't know where. I was just here. What the fuck? How much more of this do we have before we can move on? Asking for a friend. How much more of what specifically? Survivor 2? Or just this map of dungeon mode? Or just dungeon mode? Survivor 2 in general, I would imagine. If Survivor 2 in general, we have a bit more. We're about halfway through dungeon mode overall. And for the arcade mode, I just have to unlock the rest of the like individual stages, which honestly seems like it's just a result of playing more arcade mode. Like it seems to just come from me playing the game and then eventually it just kind of gives them to me. What's the next resi after this? It is Gaiden, which will be very short. There, as far as I understand, I don't think there are any like unlockables or anything in Gaiden. I'm checking now, but I don't think there are. There is one. Oh, what? Dude, that's not, that's a bug. Both of the unlockables listed on GameFAQs are actually just glitches to make the game easier. So, yeah, no, literally for Gaiden, it will just be playing the game. And then it's RE1 Remake after Gaiden. Ow, shit. Imagine just playing a game. I know, it's gonna be like 3 hours. Or wait, is it? Is it Remake or is it Dead Aim? I don't remember. I think it is Remake. I think it is Remake. I can't find the boss door now. Fuck me. Looking at the list, okay. Oh, there we go. I slipped through there. Okay, yeah, Remake 0, then Dead Aim. Okay. And then after Dead Aim is Outbreak? You know a website that has 100% guides for games except GameFAQs? GameFAQs is like the best one when it comes to text stuff. Yeah, Neo Seekers is up there, but Neo Seekers died out. Well, it still has some users. Neo Seekers largely died out a while back. Not entirely, but not many people use Neo Seekers anymore. And even then, not as many people ever really used it when compared to, what's it? GameFAQs. IGN has a lot of like completion guides. Other than that, I got no idea. And the IGN ones are kind of shit. Well, it depends. Because the IGN ones are all done by different people at IGN. So, like, sometimes you get someone who really is good at what they do, and, like, they really dug deep with that game, and they have a great guide. Sometimes they really phoned it in, and that guide is just the worst. Oh yeah, true achievements and then like Steam guides are a thing, like on Steam. For games, a lot of people will make guides literally just through Steam. Text guides. There are other places. GameFAQs is kind of the big one for text-based 100% guides and stuff. Video guides, YouTube. Just YouTube it. If you're looking for videos, I would say YouTube probably is like overall the best resource for guides, but YouTube, you have to watch the video. It's not text. So like when I'm streaming, I prefer a text guide compared to a video because it's quicker and you don't have to hear it when I'm watching it. My internet is back. Officially. Is this the path? Is this what I'm looking for? Come here, bitch. I'm escaping the dungeon. Ow. Did you have more health this time? I have not played Signalis yet. I will someday. It looks great. I've only ever heard great things, but I haven't played it myself yet, no. What's that rank? Fucking C rank. What? That was the third underground map? Or underground level? We still have so much more for this map even. And it's gonna be the score-based stuff now, right? Yeah, that was mission 3. Fuck. There's 3 more. Oh boy. Okay. Next. 70 plus combo can't be that bad. I'm not doing it right now. I'm going for an arcade run. But it can't be that bad. You'll be here forever and ever and ever. Let me go for like a legit pistol only run of arcade mode. I'm feeling it. I want the S ranks. Let's do a genuine pistol only. I've got 6 continues, level 8 partner. We got it. Let's genuinely shoot for S ranks on arcade mode, like a full run. Like he did by the lake on Naboo so long ago. Don't you fucking start referencing Attack of the Clones. I'm gonna lose it. What an awful Star Wars movie. Right, check this out. All I need is pistol. Oh, I didn't think you were still alive. That's Revenge of the Sith. No, the holding on the lake on Naboo, or by the lake. You know what I mean. Don't make me think of Attack of the Clones. And even though Revenge of the Sith is the best of that trilogy, the dialogue is still terrible in that movie. That did not change. The way that people talk in those movies, in the prequels, is fucking weird. It's crazy. They don't sound like human beings. Oh, wait. I actually don't want the crystals, because that will ruin the pistol only if I have to fight Nemesis. So. What if I like the dialogue? Bro, they're like